Looks like you want to become a QA engineer. I am Alina, Advanced STQB Certified Senior QA Engineer. You probably don't know what it means yet, but this means that I'm the biggest brain here, and I will make you a junior QA, whether you like it or not. This is the first video from my RadicalQA course. From absolute zero to strong junior QA. The whole course will be free until the last video will be uploaded. That means you have approximately 6 months to learn all this information for free. The clock starts ticking. To become a QA, we need to understand what QAs do. To understand what QAs do, we need to understand development process. To develop any app, we need several people: developer, project manager, business analyst, quality assurance engineer, and many others. So every team member has his values. Developer obviously writes his code, BA writes requirements, PM manages the process. But what does QA do? Just test? No, they are responsible for the product quality. What is the quality? Let's imagine that situation when you play the picture on your computer and then the game crashes. What emotions do you have? It looks like you're a little bit disappointed because you want software to work correctly. So here we go. According to the STQB glossary, quality is the degree to which a work product satisfies state and implied needs of its stakeholders. If we translate it into normal human language, quality is a degree of user satisfaction with product based on its requirements and needs. So we need our product to have high quality to avoid angry comments in the Play Market or App Store. So how can we provide the highest quality possible? Better say, what should we actually do? QAs don't just press the buttons. We have a lot of activities to provide quality. Here is a list of them according to the STQB standards. Test planning. Planning all our activities according to a product needs. Test monitoring and control. Monitoring all our activities, checking if we could deliver a product right on time. Test analysis. Review all our requirements, designs, etc. Test design. Creating test cases, checklist, test coverage for our product. Test implementation. Preparation before testing. Checking if we have everything we need for our testing, including test cases, test environments, etc. Test execution. Actually testing. Pressing buttons, making the notes, bug reports. Test completion. This is a very boring activity when we prepare all our reports, gather testing results, and analyzing them. I'm gonna tell more about those activities in the next videos of RadicalQA course. So subscribe so you don't miss it. QA courses cost thousands of dollars. I'm giving all this information entirely for free or at the price of one like. To understand how QA tests a product, you need just to remember 2 words: validation and verification. Also, this is one of the trickiest questions in the interview. And also, many QAs even can't explain the difference between validation and verification. According to STQB, verification is confirmation by examination and through provision of objective evidence that specified requirements have been fulfilled. Validation is confirmation by examination that a work product matches a stakeholder's needs. I love STQB for their skill in explaining everything complicated. To make it easier, verification is a confirmation that we made a product according to our requirements, and validation is a confirmation that we made a product according to the user's expectations. Also, the verification process compares actual result to the expected one. It could be design check, grammar mistakes, text, buttons, whatever. Validation means testing our app and asking client if it meets his expectation. It could be demo sessions, messagings, and so on. The crucial here is to have his work approved, documented. Example, we have a picture, a brilliant book, already requirements for our realization, but Matrix scriptwriters change those requirements to their stupid scenarios. So in this case, the serial has passed verification because it was filmed according to the Matrix script. And also the serial has passed validation because the picture producer was very excited about her product. However, you can check the viewer satisfaction yourself.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
In this situation, you may ask, why this product passed validation, if viewers were not excited. The saying, whoever pays has a final say, holds true. In validation, it is crucial to understand that we must create a product for the client, who is actually paying for it. While we can provide an advice, ultimately, we must create a product that meets their needs and wants. By the way, we must warn client about all risks which he can face. I'll tell more information how to work with risks in the upcoming videos. One more example. You could see a plus-size woman trying to buy an excess stock. You for sure can tell her that she will probably look terrible in this stock, but your opinion is nothing. Who the f are you to give her advice? I can't see your fashion design diploma. So you got it. She can do everything because she pays for it. If she wanted fashion advice, she would buy a stylist consultation which could tell her all the risks. But if she chooses to follow them, it's her business. An example which you will face every working day. We have requirements: violet, submit, clickable button on the screen. And here we see this. This means that the button failed verification because our developer probably is blind or doesn't care about the requirements. I'll be in a minute, I need to deliver a feedback to a developer. It is very important to develop your communication skills, to avoid miscommunication and deliver feedback properly. Take care of emotions and keep a healthy atmosphere during work. Wow! How he fast fixed everything! Now we need to check validation. Hi dear client, we've added a valid submit button as you wanted. Could you check it please on the latest build and approve it? You're stupid idiots. I have already asked twice to redesign the main menu. This button is awful and it's not what I wanted. You refuse to listen to me. It sucks. You have time until tomorrow to fix your up or I will terminate our contract. Yes, sure, we will do everything. This means that we failed validation and probably will lose our job. Hooray! Where is my team? We have a serious discussion and overtime today. After this, even don't ask why we need QA on the project. Testing objectives! I don't think I need to explain why we need testing, because it's obvious. However, I would bet that you don't know all testing goals, and some of them may seem weird to you. First, I will present you the two most important testing goals according to the STQB. Evaluating work products such as requirements, user stories, designs, and code. What a beautiful explanation! How evaluate? What should we do? And why? Okay, I'll make it simpler. Our first and main testing goal is to prevent bugs by analyzing requirements, designs, etc. Here we must have a big strategic brain and think many steps ahead. What might go wrong? Do we have spots in requirements? Do we understand them correctly? A real life example. Let's imagine a situation. This is Jim, he is BA on the project. He made a mistake in his requirements, but QA spent 15 minutes reviewing the requirements and found it. Jim fixed it within 15 minutes, so our team spent only 30 minutes fixing this bug. But what if QA didn't find this bug in requirements? So the developer would spend 2 days developing this task and QA would spend 2 days testing this ticket and reporting a bug. After this, the developer would spend a day fixing this issue and so on. So what do you think is a cheaper way? Guess for yourself. The second important testing goal is building confidence in the quality of the test object. This sentence tells you nothing and everything at the same time. The only way how we could build the confidence is following the process and reporting all our results to client. Next, you will see a list of STQB definitions and my normal explanation. I think I deserve a like for explaining this boring stuff. Provoke failures and find bugs. It is obvious. Check if we have test cases for each part of the product. Reduce the number of bugs. To do it, we need to analyze them and implement some new processes. Make sure that requirements are easy to understand and don't miss anything important. Check if the product violates a legal sheet. To explain complicated sheet to stakeholders, to help them make right decisions. Check if the product works in the same way as the product's owner wants. I understand that this may be tough for you at the moment. However, I will cover various procedures and documents in upcoming videos. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my normal explanation of STQB definitions. Why do we need QA on the project? We already have a developer. Why can't he test his own code? This is the most common misconception every client has. Let's recall a situation from the school, when the teacher asked us to check our own test. I would bet that everyone made a mistake but didn't tell anyone and just claimed that all answers were correct. The same situation applies here. If we are talking about the modern approaches why developers couldn't test their code, there are some words from STQB. The primary objective of development is to design and build a product. The objectives of testing include verifying and validating the product. A tester's mindset should include curiosity, professional pessimism, a critical eye, attention to detail, and a motivation for a good and positive communications and relationships. A developer's mindset may include some of the elements of tester's mindset, but successful developers are often more interested in designing and building solutions than in contemplating what might be wrong with those solutions. So, long story short, developers are intended to build something beautiful and genius, and we testers are intended to ruin everything! And also, developers don't care about the bugs and all this stuff. Sometimes they even don't test their own code and just deploy it to production. And there, I think this is a good explanation for you and your clients. If they ask you why we need testers on the project, you can share this video with them. If you are the client, raise the salary for your QA immediately. QA, we see QC. So, whom you'll be after the course? QA engineer or QC engineer? And what is the difference between them? According to the STQB, quality control is product-oriented, corrective approach that focuses on those activities supporting the achievement of appropriate levels of quality. Testing is a major form of quality control, while others include formal methods, model checking and proof of correctness, simulation and prototyping. Quality assurance is a process-oriented preventive approach that focuses on the implementation and improvement of processes. It works on the basis that if a good process is followed correctly, then it will generate a good product. QA applies to both the development and testing processes and is the responsibility of everyone on a project. Test results are used by QA and QC. In QC, they are used to fix defects, while in QA, they provide feedbacks on how well the development and test processes are performing. So QC is about testing the product and QA is about the setup process. That's all. So firstly, you will be the QC engineer, because obviously you have to learn testing. After this, you will have a bit more experience, and then you could become a quality assurance engineer. I'll teach you, don't worry. After my course, the sun will shine brighter, the food will be tastier, and the pee-pee will be bigger, even if you are a girl. Now you're ready to discover 7 testing principles. See you in the next video.